Good morning, Angels. This is Mike Angel here, and you are in the 10-minute review. Today we're going to be reviewing the 2012 Dodge Challenger SXT. There are several models from SXT, SXT Plus, and the Red Line. They're all pretty much the same. Everything is the same concept. The SXT Plus having more leather interior, having a leather interior, a little bit more electronics, having a touchscreen instead of the normal radio. Also the Red Line being a little bit more upgraded in the performance parts. All Dodge Challengers V6 VVT engine comes with a 2.65 gear ratio. The Red Line comes with an optional either the 306 or the 307 gear ratios. Being the basic model, reviewing the basic model today, and it is the 3.6 liter VVT engine producing 305 horses, around 6,800 RPM, around that area, and also 268 pound-feet of torque, around 4,500 RPM. And it really gets moving. Once it gets going, it gets going. This is a heavy car, mind you. It's the heaviest of its competitors, either the Camaro or the Mustang. Man, it is the heaviest of the three. It is around 3,800 pounds. Depending what model you get the SXT Plus, it could be a little bit more. It could reach up to 4,000 pounds. Sorry about that. It could reach up to 4,000 pounds with all the leather interior and stuff like that, and the sunroof and so on and so much more. But this is the basic as you can get. It's around 3,800 pounds and 305 horses, producing 250 rear horsepower. I mean, 250, that's what it averages on the dyno. 250, it's what you wanted to move. Here's a little highway view, as you guys can see, from going 40 miles an hour to all the way up to, let's just say, 12 miles an hour. So from there, you guys can see it takes a while, but I mean, it really picks up in a really quick way for being such a heavy car, being a massive car. And as you guys can see, alright, that's enough. And also, it comes with a 5-speed transmission. The transmission really responds when you go to manual mode. This one does not have the paddle shifters. The SXT Plus, it comes with the option of the paddle shifters. The Red Line does come with the paddle shifters. But the SXT, just basic SXT, it does not come with the paddle shifters, but it is optional. Get the steering wheel with the paddle shifters, and the paddle shifters, there's a little lag to it on the V6s, but on the V8 models it's a lot more better responsive. But on the manual mode, on the stick, it's really responsive. I mean, as soon as you shift, it shifts, and it's really responsive. So that's where I give it a good plus on that, because Dodge did really well on the response time there. And the transmission, it's a 5-speed automatic. It's a Mercedes transmission. Mercedes provided the transmission for the Dodge Challenger. It is an NAG1 transmission from Mercedes. It has a hydraulic torque converter, and it really produces its power. It has 268 pound-feet of torque, and it can withstand up to 428 pound-feet of torque. That being said, that is the power of what you are looking in your Dodge Challenger from 2012 to 2014. V6s, they're really limited to mods, but yes, you can mod them up. There are already some pistons, reinforced pistons, superchargers, prochargers, and turbochargers already made for this model, and some exhaust systems, but headers, you can cut that out. This is what we're going to be talking about on the next video. The 5 things I hate about the Dodge Challenger, and talking about in the next video. Going back to the review, this is a really good review. Already done with the power. Now we're going to talk about the interior. The interior is a plastic interior and some leather interior, and it's really, I mean, well made. Well, I mean, everything. This car's already 5 years old, and it still looks like new. The feel of the steering wheel, the buttons still feel good. It's nice and pressy. I mean, it clicks when I am really impressed for, being plastic and all. I thought like it was gonna break right away, but no, it's really sturdy plastic, and it's been over 5 years and it's still going strong. The knobs on the radio, the knobs on the air condition, and all that stuff. I mean, it still looks good. When you click the sport mode, it stiffens up the steering wheel a little bit, pretty much stiffens up the wheel so you can go straight. And RPMs go a little bit up. It goes up to like 500 RPM. Just those of you who do plan to take long distance trips in your Challenger, I really do recommend it. It is really comfortable and you get really good gas mileage. This baby gets around 18 miles per the gallon in the city and 27 on the highway. But me personally driving the car, I average on the city around 15 miles to the gallon because, well, you play around with it. If you grandma drive it, you will see 18 a lot of the times. And also on the highway, I've been averaging 19. Personally, me, I've been averaging 19 to maybe 20, and I took a long distance trip. The most I've averaged was 26. I was nearly 27, but I got to average 26. But mainly I was averaging 24, 25, but I did see the 26 a couple times, but I did not reach that 27. But this car will get you a good gas mileage if you really drive it, well. And in the tank has 19.5 gallons, and if you, like I say, if you grandma drive it, you will average, I was averaging 25 miles per the gallon, and it gave me roughly 475 miles to the tank, and that's equivalent to 5 hours of driving. So I drove all really comfortable. You have good headroom in the front and the back. You got 39 inches of headroom in the front, 37 inches on the back. It's comfortable compared to the Camaro and Mustang. I mean, compared to those cars, this car is a lot bigger, a lot more roomier, especially inside. That being said, cargo space. This is a daily driven car. Otherwise, it is really spacious of the three vehicles compared to the Camaro and Mustang. I mean, you can fit, as you guys can see, groceries, as you guys can see the gifts here, you can see the chips, the gain, all these big boxes with 2 coffee makers on the back. And I mean, they're huge boxes there, and you can fit all that nicely in your trunk, and you can get all kinds of groceries in your trunk in there. And not even just that, I also sold my 18-inch rims, the stock 18-inch rims that I had on this car. I even sold them and put them all in the back. As you guys can see, the 18-inch rims, 18x7, they fit perfectly on the back. All you had to do was, you can also fold the rear seats, fold both seats down. It's a daily driven car. It looks beautiful. It's a retro, representing 1970 Dodge Challenger. And even now, even the newer models, the 2017, 2018 Dodge Challengers, they still represent 1970 Dodge Challenger, that retro look, that muscle car style look. It just looks phenomenal. It looks great. It is comfortable. It may not be luxury, but it is comfort. It is stylish. It screams out America. What can you say? It screams out America. This car has over 100,000 miles, over 5 years old, and still driving like the very first mile. And it is great. I actually thought this car wasn't going to last me like 4 years or so. Being driven hard. I mean, this car's been driven hard for being a heavy car. I mean, it moves pretty quick for a 3.6 liter EBT engine that's producing 250 horses to the wheels, which is 305 horses, and wow, I mean, it really does move. Alright, and that is your 10-minute review. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this video will give you a little bit of insights. If you guys are interested in buying a Dodge Challenger, hopefully this helps you make that decision to buy that Challenger or not to buy that Challenger. I mean, it's up to you. It is a big car. It's a family car. And also talking about family car, as you guys can see on the back seat, there are car safety. It is baby friendly car. You can put it in with ease. And there you guys have it. Hopefully this review Dodge